The first light over the city. The first rays of dawn spill across the Mesopotamian plain, gilding the mud brick walls of Uruk in molten gold. High atop the ramparts, Gilgamesh stands motionless, his silhouette stark against the awakening sky. The city unfurls before him, a living tapestry of sound, heat, and scent. Soundscape, the pulse of a new day. A distant chorus rises from the Inanna temple. Priests and priestesses chant hymns to Inanna, their voices weaving with the rhythmic beat of hand drums. Below, the metallic clang of blacksmiths' hammers rings out, mingling with the steady thump of weavers' looms and the scrape of potters' wheels. Early morning merchants shout their wares in the market. The lowing of cattle and the bray of donkeys echo through narrow streets. Somewhere, a child's laughter carries above the din, momentarily lightening the heavy air. Tactile details, the world in touch. Gilgamesh shifts his weight, feeling the sun's first warmth seep into the ancient bricks beneath his sandals. The air is already thickening. By noon the heat will shimmer against the city's stones, but for now it is a gentle caress on his face. The king's bronze armor, battered and dulled by time and battle, presses heavily against his shoulders, a reminder of duty's burden. Dust from the night breezes clings to his skin, gritty and real. Smells. The breath of Uruk. The city's breath is a complex perfume. Sweet incense billows from the ziggurat, curling skyward in offering. The tang of sweat and livestock drifts from the animal pens. The earthy aroma of freshly baked barley bread mingles with the sharp scent of clay dust rising from the streets. Somewhere near the river, the smell of wet reeds and stagnant water lingers, a reminder of the land's fickle fertility. Deeper dive. Daily life in ancient Mesopotamia. Occupations. The fabric of urban life. Uruk is a mosaic of labor. In shaded courtyards, weavers work at tall looms, their fingers dancing across bright threads, cloth for temple and market alike. Potters shape spinning clay, their hands slick with river mud, while brewers stoke fires beneath bubbling vats, transforming barley into the thick, nourishing beer that is every citizen's daily drink. Farmers, the city's silent backbone, guide oxen through canal-fed fields beyond the walls, coaxing wheat, barley, and dates from the silt-rich soil. The written record, cuneiform's birth. Every transaction, from a handful of grain to the sale of a clay house, is etched into damp clay tablets. Scribes, respected and indispensable, press styluses into the soft surface, recording contracts, laws, and grain rations in the world's first writing system, cuneiform. In the temple archives, shelves groan beneath thousands of these tablets, a city's memory preserved against the forgetting. Women's roles. The heart of home and temple. Women shape Uruk's daily rhythm in ways both seen and unseen. In the home they grind grain, bake bread, and raise children. Many serve as priestesses, mediating between mortals and gods, conducting sacred rituals, interpreting dreams, and managing temple estates. The most powerful, such as the priestess of Inanna, command vast wealth and social influence, their authority inscribed in both myth and law. Historical anchoring. Uruk's place in the world. The Uruk expansion, birth of a super city. Uruk, in Gilgamesh's day, is the beating heart of a civilization in bloom. During the Uruk expansion, c. 4000–3100 BCE, its influence stretches along new trade networks. Rivers become highways for stone from Anatolia, copper from Oman, and lapis lazuli from Afghanistan. Cylinder seals, pottery styles, and architectural techniques spread far beyond the city's walls, stamping nearby lands with Uruk's mark. Monumental works, testaments to ambition. At the city's core rises the Anu Ziggurat, a mountain of mud brick, layer upon layer reaching toward the heavens. Here, kings like Gilgamesh leave their mark, claiming construction of temples and walls as proof of divine favor and human greatness. The White Temple, gleaming atop its platform, is a beacon for miles, a symbol of both religious devotion and political power. Parallelism to modern cities. Uruk, in its time, is the New York or Shanghai of the ancient world, a magnet for talent, wealth, and ambition. Its bustling markets, monumental architecture, and cosmopolitan crowds evoke our own global metropolises. Hook. If Gilgamesh walked through Times Square today, he would recognize the energy, the ever-changing crowds, the towering buildings, the sense that here, anything is possible. He would see the same hunger for legacy in the glass towers as he once felt gazing down from Uruk's ramparts. Symbolic analysis. The walls of Uruk, safety versus isolation, permanence versus fragility. The walls are both shield and prison, protection from the wild, yet also a boundary that separates. They stand for the human urge to impose order, to claim a piece of eternity. Yet the dust already gathers in their cracks, and Gilgamesh knows that even the greatest stones will one day fall. The king as mediator. Kings are more than rulers in Mesopotamia. They are bridges between gods and people, responsible for maintaining cosmic order, performing rituals, and ensuring justice. Gilgamesh's restlessness is not just personal. It is the existential anxiety of a leader who knows the gods can be capricious, and that his legacy depends on both strength and wisdom. Foreshadowing, the wilderness beyond. As Gilgamesh looks from the city walls, his gaze lingers on the wild lands beyond, the untamed world where order gives way to chaos. There, Enkidu lives, hair unshorn, closer to animals than to men. The king's heart is troubled, sensing that his story is about to entwine with this wild man's, and that together they will confront both glory and ruin. In the distance, the desert wind stirs, a whisper of adventure, loss, and the inexorable approach of mortality. Conclusion. Setting the stage. Thus, the world's first great story begins, not with answers, but with questions echoing across the centuries. As Gilgamesh stands atop the walls of Uruk, the city's lifeblood pulsing below, he wonders, what does it mean to live forever? The sun rises higher, burning away the night's shadows. In its light, myth and history blend, and the journey, for Gilgamesh, for Uruk, for all of us, begins anew.